Hello student, welcome again to this class of business studies. In our previous classes we have studied about public, private and global enterprises. Today we shall start a new chapter, and that is business services. We know that in a modern world of business, services plays a major role in the success of a businessman or a business enterprises. It is the business which ensures that there is a ready market for a product or for a supplier in a market. The customers prefers such goods and services which takes into account the needs of the customers, their preferences and their benefit as well. Any company or a service provider which caters to the maximum requirement of the customers, they tends to win over the customer, and therefore they enjoys the loyalty and patronage of a customer. It is therefore said that services in itself are the marketing for a business enterprises. A well coordinated set of activities relating to services goes far away to play a major role in the success of the business enterprises. Success is not only limited to the area or to a particular region, but it is global in the sense that none of the business enterprises can ever dare to think of their existence without catering or without providing the necessary and essential services relating to the consumption of a good. Now let us discuss what the services is. What do we say about and what is the meaning of services? Services basically refers to those arrangement and facilities which assist in the transfer of good from the place of production to the place of consumption, right from the place of production to the place of consumption, by removing the various types of hindrances that comes in impeding the production and the consumption of the goods. So it has been rightly defined that services are intangible facilities. They are intangible. We cannot see, we cannot touch, we can simply feel, we can take the benefit of it, but we cannot see, we cannot touch. So therefore services are defined as facilities which ensures that supply of right quantity of product at the right place and at the right time, that has to be ensured. So all those activities which are undertaking and which ensures that the supplies of the goods are ensured at a proper place or at a specific place at a specific time and in a specific quantity, all those services. Now why do we need these services? Because we know that there is a time gap between the production and the consumption of the goods. Besides, we also know that consumptions are scattered and they takes place, or rather consumer consume the goods in small quantities, whereas production is centralized and production takes place on a large scale or on a mass scale. Contrary to it, we find that consumer usually prefers quantity of goods in small lots, and therefore these gaps and the various hindrances that comes in the way right from the time of production to the time of consumption they have to be removed. And in removal of such hindrances, these intangible services, they plays a very major role. Now, what is the features of these services? How can we say that these are the features of services? The first feature of services is that it is intangible, as I have said. Unlike the goods, services are intangible. It means that these services do not have any physical shape, or they do not have any physical existence. Services cannot be touched, they cannot be seen, they can only be experienced, they can be felt. None of the services can be there which can be seen, which can be tasted, which can be touched. Services can only be felt, and therefore the service provider must be conscious to work in such a manner that the customer, they may feel, they may undergo a favorable experience, that yes, the provider of the goods have taken all the necessary effort to ensure that the utility of the goods arise in the process of consumption. So we conclude that services are intangible. They cannot be touched, they cannot be seen. Then the second feature of services is that services, I have written there 5 I's. That is intangible, inconsistent, inseparable, inventory, and finally involvement. The second feature of service is inconsistency. Inconsistency points out to one simple factor. We know that the services are intangible. The efforts that a marketer put or a service provider put in providing the services each time depends upon the requirement of the different customers. There is not uniform services that can be provided to each customer. Services has to be amended according to the needs and circumstances of a customer. So we say that each time the seller or the producer performs a service, they have to perform it differently, because different customer, they have different requirement. The requirement of customers are not uniform or not similar. Their expectations are not similar. Their expectations are different. And therefore what happens? The service provider should modify his offer, the goods that he is offering, and the services which is corollary to the usage of the goods. It must be modified according to the requirement of the customer. And therefore we say that services are inconsistent. We cannot say that the services which are provided to one customer, I should provide the similar services to the another customer. No, because the needs of the different customer are different. They are varied. They are not uniform. So there cannot be a uniform standard or uniform type of services for each customer. Then the third feature is that inseparability. It means the service provider or the goods and the services, it cannot be separated. We know that the doctor treats a patient through his advice, through his prescription. We cannot keep the doctor away from the advice. The services provided by a service provider is inseparable from him. We cannot say that services have a different places, a different existence than the service provider. No. Services cannot be separated from the service provider. To treat a patient, doctor must be present. Without the presence of doctor, there cannot be a treatment. Similarly, for a legal suit to represent a client in a legal suit, there has to be an advocate at the time of presentation of the suit. There cannot be a suit or a legal remedy without the presence of an advocate. So we conclude that services are inseparable from the service provider. Now this points out that activities relating to production and consumption, they has to be taken simultaneously. It points out that activities of production, the service is produced. The moment it is produced, it must be consumed. The doctor is idle, but whenever doctor suggests something, there must be a client, a customer, a patient to take his advice. So the production and consumption are immediate, they takes place. So we conclude that services are inseparable from the service provider. Then we say that inventory refers to maintaining a stock of the goods. Can service be stored? Just now we have dealt that as production and consumption of services are continuous, the moment services are produced, they have to be consumed. It cannot be stored. So inventory here points out that services cannot be stored. As soon as services are delivered, they have to be consumed. We cannot store services for long. And it is these features of services that the moment they are created, they have to be used. We cannot store them for future use like goods. Services cannot be stored. Why? Because services are perishable. The very nature of services are that they are perishable. They cannot be consumed at a later date. We cannot store them. There may be inventory of goods. There may be inventory of other things. But there cannot be any inventory of services. For example, take an example. We know the railway provides the services of carrying the passenger from one place to another place. Let me give you an example that suppose I buy a ticket to move from Bokaro to Varanasi. The train comes. He offers me the service that yes, those who want to go to Banaras, board on me. If I do not consume it, if I do not use it, I cannot make use of it in future. So the time of services is fixed. The moment it is generated, it has to be consumed. We cannot store it for future use, for further use. Railway services cannot be stored. We cannot use it in future. It may be next time. It should be a new service. But once the service was produced, it has to be consumed. It cannot be stored. That is the meaning. Now then the last feature is about involvement. Now this involvement points out that for consumption of the services, the involvement of the customer is necessary. When the services is delivered, the involvement of the customer is necessary. Why? It is the customer who gets an opportunity to consume the service, and depending upon the customer, services are modified according to their requirement. So the involvement of the service consumer has to be there. If we want to tailor our service, if we want to create our service, adjust our service according to the requirement and preferences of a customer, it points out that the customer has to be involved. We just discussed about patient being treated by a doctor, but unless the patient come to a doctor cannot provide his services. So anyone who want to consume a service, he has to be present over there when the services are provided, when the services are offered. And therefore we conclude that to consume a service, there has to be involvement of the consumers. So this is all about the features and natures of services. Now, what benefit do we derive from the services? The first benefit that we derive is improved customer services. Now, this improved customer services points out to one thing: the primacy of the services in today's world for a business. None of the business in the modern day can exist without providing to the customer a better quality of service. A business can have an edge over its competitor only when it provides a better services in terms of exchange and consumption of goods. It is the goods which play a major role. But foremost, prior to that, it is the services which not only create and maintains the demand for a product, it also creates a customer, it maintains a customer. And so we say that there is an improved services. It is the effort of the service provider that each time they must offer a new services, a better quality of services to the customer. These services must be in the forms of timely delivery of the goods, providing better quality of product. If a service provider assures these services, then surely this improved services assures that the business enterprises would have a customer loyalty. Then the second advantages of or benefit of services is it reduces or lowers the cost of distribution. We know that production takes place at one place, whereas consumption takes place at other places, or they are scattered. So goods have to be carried from one part to various parts around a market. And we conclude that the cost which is involved in distribution of the product, they make up a significant part of the total cost. They contribute or they become a significant part in the total cost of a product. But efficient distribution, efficient warehousing, efficient transport, they facilitate and eliminates the wastage and inefficiency. Wastage are reduced. There is efficiency in the production and delivery of the goods. Now, due to this, what happens? There is no requirement that a firm has to make storage of redundant goods which are not required. And therefore, not much capital would be blocked in holding of the goods. We therefore conclude that since there is no such requirement of storage of a huge goods or making such investment, of holding the goods, there is lesser distribution cost. Overall, the cost cuts. The freight charges, that is transportation charges, loading and uploading of the goods, it is reduced, it is cut short to a significant level by choosing an efficient means of transport. So overall, what we find that the distribution cost is reduced because there are various facilities which eliminates the unnecessity or redundancy of storing of the goods unnecessarily. It also ensures that the medium of transport should be efficient. It can supply the goods, it can take the goods, it can deliver the goods on time and in required quantity. It shall ensure the safety of the product as well. So there is a lesser reduction in the cost or distribution cost. Then the third one is enhanced sales volume. How this services tends to enhances the sales volume of an enterprises. We just pointed out that in an efficient system of services or where we have a facility of providing services, so an efficient system of services helps that demand should be increased. And what happens as the demands are increases, so the sales would increase. So an efficient system of distribution ensures enhancement or increase in the demand and sales. The communications through advertisement, through publicity, all this factor, they create as well as sustain the existing demand of a product in a market. A service provider, he has to take into an account that when he provide an efficient services, customer derive a greater utility. This improves or enhances their faith and loyalty in the company, in the service provider. And there are chances that the sales orders are repeated, and therefore there is a chances that we have, or rather the services leads to enhanced sales volume, and therefore the sales quantity are increased. Then services create certain utilities as well. I have highlighted time and place utility. To specific utility. Because we know that goods are not consumed immediately as they are produced, but they have to be stored for a fairly long period of time until their demand arises. There is always an imbalance between the production and consumption. It may be due to season, or it may be due to any other factors. It may be due to the different period of time. So we find that there is a time gap, a difference between production and between consumption. Seasonal fluctuations are there as well. So this facilities of warehousing or storage, it helps in maintaining a proper stock during the off season, producing during the off season and maintaining a good stock. And these stocks are released during the peak season when the time comes and the demand gets created or the demand arises. So there has to be a time and place utility. The goods are stored till the demands are arises. It also has to be saved in a proper conditions. So what we find that there should be a proper balance. There should not be any imbalance between the production and consumption. So the benefit that we derive over here is that time and place utility. Through the storage of the goods, it means warehousing, they provide time utility. Transport facilitate or it removes the hindrances of the place and it provide place utility. So the services ensure that a customer derives these utility. Finally, we have a stabilization of prices. The services also helps at stabilizing the price of a particular product. How the services that tends to stabilize the price of a product. We know that in different region and in different time, different period, the requirement of the services that differs according to the needs of the customer. Situating or they are residing in a different area. If we talk of transport, what we find, there is a sharp decline and rise. There may be decline as well as rise in the transportation cost of carrying the goods from one place to another place. There may be increase or there may be decrease. Now this increase or decrease in the transportation cost is set off or it is adjusted by warehousing. How it is done? The demand that is generated in a one period. It may be excess demand, it may be deficient demand. So demands are also adjusted in different period, from one period to another period. And in this way, the fluctuation are balanced, they are minimized. And this result in greater stability and harmony in the trade and industry. And as a result, there is a stabilization in the price. The price do not fluctuates much. So this is all for today's discussion. We shall continue our discussion further in our next classes with the special types of services relating to banking, warehousing, insurance, transport and communication. Till then, keep learning.